Recording in progress.
So we go to business AS level, chapter 15, recruitment, selection, and training. So when I talk about recruitment, we're talking about employing workers for a vacant position. That means there's a vacant position that needs to be filled. That is why recruitment will take place.
Yes.
So let's go down and say recruitment. When businesses hire new employees, they need to attract and appoint the best people, those with the right skills and appropriate experience. This is called recruitment and selection. So to employ, when you are hiring as a business, when you are hiring, you just don't hire. You hire the best people who are qualified to fit in that position that is vacant.
Yes.
That is what recruitment is. So a lot of people will come. You choose from them to fit in the position, to fill in that gap. That is what selection is about. Looking out for that individual that will fit in the position. That is recruitment. Selecting, choosing the best person for the position. That is selection. Getting it? You get it, right?
Yes.
So in a very small business, recruitment might be undertaken informally. A chat between a business owner and someone who is searching for a job. In a large business, the human resources department is likely to be responsible for employing staff, following a lengthy formal recruitment process. So for a small business, the owner might just sit down with the person looking for a job, and after a few time of conversation, the job is done, because it's a small business. Mm-hmm. Unlike a large business, for a large business, it has to go through recruitment and selection process. And the human resources department is saddled with the responsibility of carrying out recruitment. Yes. So they said, for formal recruitment process, as explained, a business may need new staff because, so what are the reasons why we need to employ a new worker or a new staff? One, the business is expanding and more labor is needed. If the business is expanding its operations, so that means it might need more workers. There's a need for recruitment. Yes. People are leaving and they need to be replaced. You might employ people because those ones that are there are leaving. There's a vacant position there. 3, positions have become vacant due to promotion. Some of your existing workers have been promoted, leaving behind certain positions that has to be filled up. Okay. That's another reason for recruitment. People are required for a given period to cover temporary staff absence due to maternity or paternity leave. So you might need a temporary worker because your existing worker or some of your existing workers are, maybe in paternity or maternity leave. Maybe they just give birth and they have to spend some time at home. Yes. So you might need a temporary worker for that. So these are the reasons why we need, or we might, if a business might be recruiting workers. I think it's clear. Mm-hmm. So we'll go to stages now. Stages in the recruitment and selection process. I'm just going to explain the stage each one at a time. Yeah. So the first stage of recruitment and selection is identifying the type and number of staff needed. So there's a vacant position. Yes. As soon as there's a vacant position, it means, we need 4 or 5, there are 4 or 5 positions vacant. So we have identified those positions. That's the first stage. So as soon as we identify, so we need 5 workers for this position. That is what identifying the type and number of staff needed. We need 5 workers. We need 2 accountants. We need 2 business person or sales person, or we need 1 logistic person. So we identify that there's a vacant position, which has to be filled by certain individuals. That was the first thing. Then prepare job description and person specification. So the person that is going to take up this position, what is his role or her role? What is his responsibility or responsibility? That is job description. Then person specification. What is the requirements needed? What are the skills needed to fill that position, to fill up that, to do that task? What is the qualification, the skills needed? Whatever the person needs to qualify for that position is the person specification. I think it's clear. The third one is advertise the job using appropriate media. So you have to, before you advertise, you have to understand if it is internal recruitment or external. So if it is internal recruitment, then you don't have to use media. Or if it is external, because it's internal, you can use memorandum of send SMS, or use email within the office. But if it is external, then you have to think about the kind of media you want to use. Do you want to use newspaper, national newspaper, or local newspaper, or mass, or television, or social media? You have to think about that if it is external. Yes. Then the next one is carry out interviews. As soon as you make, the next one is evaluate applicants and select a short list for interview. As soon as you make advertisements, a lot of potential employees what do we call them? Job seekers. They will apply. Yes. Job applicants will apply. So they apply for this job. As soon as they apply, you have a lot of you have a lot of application forms with you. So from that application forms, you evaluate the applicants and select a shortlist for interview. So maybe 100 people have applied. 100 people have applied. So out of these 100 people that have applied, maybe you need just 20 that you feel that their CV is fine. Then you call them for interview.
Yes.
So why do you call them for interview? To confirm that the CV they have with them is in line. They are the ones that they are capable with the CV they have. So you've seen the CV, but sometimes the CV can look like a lion, and the interviewee is just like a dog. So you want to confirm the CV with the person with the applicant in person. That's why you have to call them for shortlist, which is interview. Then, as soon as you have called them for the as soon as they have been shortlisted for interview, the next stage is to carry out the interviews. So this means that the interviewer will have to meet the interviewee, which is the applicant.
Yes.
As soon as that is done, as soon as the interviews are done, then you have to evaluate the interviewees to see if they fit in according to what the requirement of the job is.
Yes.
And as soon as that is done, you make appointments for them.
Yes.
You give them the job if they are qualified. And those that are not qualified, you send a message to them to let them understand that they did not succeed.
Yes.
So these are all recruitment process. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes.
I explained everything anyway.
Yeah.
So job description now, right? Job description, the responsibility, the duties, the task that has to be performed. I explained it already.
Yeah.
Person specification, the qualification needed. I explained that.
Yes.
You scroll down, please.
So next on recruitment.
Yes. So we go to types of recruitment now.